everyone, hello friends, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and that loud bang was me just dropping my phone because today we are doing a Q&A. I put up a question box over on my Instagram. Make sure if you're not following me over there that you make sure to follow me on Instagram. I got a ton of questions. I decided to split this up into two parts after asking for all of your feedback. So this first Q&A is going to be standard mid-year check-in, which is going to be exciting. There's a lot of travel plan questions, advice on starting a YouTube channel, my favorite books at the moment, things to do in Boston, and then there's going to be a part 2 of a Q&A, and that's going to be all Disney focused, which is really, really cool, and I'm super excited for that one. So make sure if this is the first video that you're seeing of mine that you hit that subscribe button down below, give this video a big thumbs up, and comment any other questions that you may have. That way we can chit chat and hang out in the comments. So the first question was best things about Boston / to do in Boston, and what do you do to get your Disney fix here? I think the city is so beautiful that just being able to walk around, I would say, is one of my favorite things. One of my new favorite things to do is going to the bookstore at Porter Square. Books is by far my favorite bookstore in the city. It's where they have that really cute cafe in there, Cafe Zing, which I can have that vlog from a few weekends ago linked up below where we did go to the bookstore. And I really just enjoy being there, and I think walking around the bookstore is always fun. Corey and I love to go to the Sox and just like hang out for the afternoon for a few hours, watch some baseball, and Fenway Park is just beautiful. So I would say walking around the city, going to the bookstore, and going to Fenway are probably some of my favorite Boston things to do. And then for what do you do to get your Disney fix here, I would say Corey and I watch a Disney movie a few times a week just in case we want to have a little bit of that magic back in our home. We also always have on like the resort TV or park ambiance in the background just to have some sort of background noise going on. Favorite books and or any of your favorites I think that you've recently read or are looking forward to reading. I have a stack of things that are my absolute favorites. First, to start out with, just my all-time favorite book of all time that I've ever read is The Great Gatsby. I love this book. I loved in my junior year of high school, my English teacher like annotated all of it with us and we were reading it in class, and I just felt like this was the first book that I felt connected to and that made me love actual deep diving into books and reading. So this is my just all-time favorite book, The Great Gatsby, hands down. One of my new and most recent favorite reads I actually read last summer, which I have talked about in a few videos, but I need to just share. A Stranger in the House by Sherry Lapina is, in my opinion, so good. The cliffhanger at the end is a little bit wild and crazy, but this is like one of my all-time favorite books, and I think anything by Sherry Lapina. If you like thriller, not too crazy, but just a really good thriller page turner that's an easy, fun read, then anything by Sherry Lapina is going to be a perfect pick. And on my to-be read list, or TBR list, is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have heard nothing but incredible, amazing things about this book, and I don't know what made me wait so long to want to read it. And then when Corey and I were in Costco last week, I ended up picking up The Guilt Trip. They went away as friends, they came back as suspects, and this looks so good. All-time favorite books, favorite reads, favorite author, all right here. Carter, one of my other friends who I can have her channel linked down below, but she does physical book reviews every single month, and that is 100% her thing. She does an absolutely amazing job. I love watching those videos. She reads a ton, so if you're looking for a lot of book reviews, I would go to her channel as well. So next we have just watched your work from home vlog. What do you do for work? So I actually talked about this in my last Q&A. I had a ton of questions of what I do for work. What I do for work is I'm a sales trainer, so I work with a company and help all of our salespeople sell better ultimately. And I work with some really amazing, incredible people. I am going to keep the company private. I really want to keep work life and YouTube life completely separate. Probably the most asked question, which was future travel plans. When is your next Disney trip? Do you have any plans to go abroad? Yes and yes. Yes, we are going back to Disney, and yes, I am traveling abroad. I did announce over on my Instagram that Corey and I are going back to Disney. We are going to be going back to Disney at the end of September, beginning of October for Halloween time in the fall, which I am so excited about. So a lot of packing videos and Disney vlogs to come, which is going to be super exciting. I'm very excited about that. My other future travel plans are also extremely fun. So I'm actually going to be traveling to Berlin, Germany for work. I am so excited. It's going to be my first time back out of the country for traveling overseas since 2019. And now I used to travel for work and personally 2 to 3 times a year. So this is just something I am so excited about. So also comment down below if you want to see like how I prep to travel abroad, my international travel day in my life. So just like let me know if you want to see all of that international travel content, because that is what I am so looking forward to. And Corey is not coming because this is something for work. So it is just me, but hopefully next year Corey and I will be traveling abroad together, which will also be really exciting. Tips for traveling to Europe. So I feel like I have a ton of these, and I feel like it's so hard sometimes to narrow them down because I feel like there's so many things that I want to share. First and foremost tip is you have to be ever flexible. Like being flexible when traveling to Europe is hands down the most important. And the reason I say that is because right now, especially with COVID and the world getting back to some sort of normalcy, you have to be flexible. Your flights could be delayed, your sites that you want to see could be closed down, right? So just being as ever flexible as possible is so important. For a more logistical tip, pack light. Like, you need to be packing light when you're traveling through Europe. I traveled in 2019 for over 30 days to Europe in a carry-on. I was 100% fine. It's warm, dresses work, re-wearing things, letting them air dry. Pack in a carry-on, have a positive attitude, and always be ever flexible, and you will have a perfect European trip. Okay, favorite place I've traveled to. So I have two. I said this in my last Q&A as well, but I know there's a lot of new faces around here, so happy to repeat because I love talking about travel anyway. My favorite place that I've ever traveled to is London, England. I love the hustle and bustle of the city. I love the people. I just love everything about London, England. Second favorite place I've ever traveled to, and the best travel experience I've ever had, was going to Greece. Cannot get over the amazingness that is Greece, and it is beautiful and it is picturesque and the food is fabulous. I loved everything that there was about Greece, and I cannot wait to go back hopefully in the next few years. It was the first time that I'd ever left the country, and it really changed the trajectory of my career and my life path. So the next question is favorite international trip and must-sees. So I would say my favorite international trip was Greece, hands down, because I think it was just the first time I'd left the country. It still holds a really special place in my heart, and it was so beautiful. So I would say the must-sees for when you're in Greece is the Acropolis. Another place in Greece that was so beautiful was Delphi, I don't exactly remember how to say it, and it is still on mainland Greece. And then of course I would have to say you need to see Mykonos and Santorini because the islands are just beautiful. Next question is, has living together been a big change? I'm assuming this question is about Corey and myself. Corey and I have lived together for 4 years. We have been living together for 4 years. However, we did back in November transition back to living in Boston. We were living at my mom's for a little bit of a break. We ended up leaving the city during quarantine and COVID. Transitioning back to being together has been amazing in our own space. I love living at my mom's. It was so nice, and I'm so forever grateful for being able to have stayed and saved so much money there. And if the opportunity presented itself, I would probably do it again. Not that it's been a huge change, but it has been really nice for us to be in our own groove and back in our own space. I can't imagine not living with Corey because it's just been our standard for the last 4 years. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel, and just what made you want to start a YouTube channel? So I'll start with what made me want to start a YouTube channel. I'd love to travel. I always got asked recommendations from friends and family of, you know, where are you shopping for your clothes? What kind of makeup do you use? You should talk about your international travels. And I was making packing lists for friends that were traveling abroad that wanted a list of what they should bring. And ultimately I just felt like, why can I not share that on the internet with a ton of people, right? I wasn't sure exactly how it was gonna go or what was ever gonna come of it. That's kind of what made me do it, was I was just always sharing with other people that I thought, why not continue to share? What inspired me is definitely different, and I would say this was something that I really had to come to terms with. Back in 2019, when Corey and I had come back from a really large international trip, I had seen a lot of people, you know, taking their photos for Instagram in Europe and, you know, walking around with their vlogging cameras, and that was when I feel like social media was really starting to have a big spike. I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that, but I always felt like I was going to be made fun of. You know, I didn't want to be walking around like talking into my phone or talking into a camera. And ultimately COVID kind of came and 2020 came, and Corey and I booked our first ever Disney trip back in May of 2021. My first ever YouTube videos ever. I can have those queued up here if you are interested in watching how I started. And I looked at Corey one day and was like, if I'm gonna watch YouTube and I'm gonna scroll through Instagram and I'm gonna be consuming all of this content, like if I'm gonna be the one not having a problem consuming it and and looking at what other people are doing, why does it matter if I'm doing it? Like probably no one's gonna be looking at me, it's normal. And so 2 days later, I drove to Best Buy with Corey and he walked into Best Buy with me and I bought my Canon G7X and I brought it to Disney. The camera, the battery, and the memory card and a tripod, like a little handheld stick. I just picked it up and started. It was something that I'd wanted to do for a really long time and I finally just bit the bullet, and to this day that is like the best thing I've ever done. I have loved nothing more than being on YouTube for myself, for all of you, the community that we've created, and how lovely and incredible all of you are. To me, this is something that I see myself doing forever. Like I feel so comfortable hanging out with all of you, talking to you. Best advice for wanting to start a channel: just start. Film on your phone, go and get a camera. There are so many vloggers that I follow that use their front-facing iPhone camera, but my best advice is just start. No one is gonna be looking at you funny. Everyone else is going about their day in public, just doing their own things. Find what makes you happy and brings you joy and just start and try it out. And I think that's my biggest piece of advice. You know, every day is just gonna trickle by. You know, your one day passed when you wanted to start, and then it's a month, and then it's 2 years. I look back on myself at my May 2021 self walking around in Disney with a vlog camera and thinking to myself, I should have started 2 years ago when I genuinely in my heart wanted to start a YouTube channel. And my second piece of advice, other than just starting, is post things that you like and that you love. There are people out there that are going to like and love the things that you post. Don't post things just because you think they're gonna do well on YouTube and you want people to watch your videos. I did not care if I got 1 like or 100 million likes on my Disney YouTubes or my Amazon favorites or my beauty stuff or my fall Trader Joe hauls. I just wanted to be creating things that I loved and I was proud of. You are going to find people, and people are going to see that in you, that you're your authentic self and that you're genuine and that you're real. That's gonna be what makes people want to follow you. My best advice is to just start, pick up your phone or a camera, and second is just be authentically you and post what you like and what you love, because there are people out there that are gonna love and like the exact same thing, and that is really, really cool. Never try to be somebody that you're not. Woo! Okay, we are done with this Q&A for a mid-year check-in, so thank you all for submitting your questions. Make sure if you have not already to hit that subscribe button down below, give this video a big thumbs up, and comment below any other questions that you have, any other videos that you want to see. I love, love, love commenting and chatting with all of you, so please make sure that you're doing so, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!